Dr. Nardi here, back with another video. Today, we're tackling a fundamental topic in criminal psychology: human aggression and violence. Why do people harm one another? Is it an instinct we're born with, or is it something we learn? Chapter 5 explores the different ways we define aggression and reviews the major theories that try to explain it, emphasizing the crucial role of our thought processes. There is no single, all-encompassing explanation for aggression. Some theorists believe it's a biological residue of our evolutionary past, while others argue it's learned from our social environment. A fascinating piece of research shows that for many people, the level of aggression they show at 8 years old tends to stay with them well into adulthood. To understand aggression, we first need to break it down. Psychologists generally categorize it into two main types based on the goal of the aggressor: hostile aggression and instrumental aggression. First, we have hostile aggression, which is also called reactive aggression. Think of this as hot-blooded. It's a response to anger-inducing conditions like insults or attacks. The primary goal here isn't to get something, it's simply to make the victim suffer. Most criminal homicides and violent crimes aimed at harming a person fall into this category. It's driven by intense, disorganizing anger. The second type is instrumental aggression. Think of this as cold-blooded or proactive. This type of aggression is a tool used to achieve a goal. It begins with the desire for an object or status that someone else has, like money in a robbery or territory in a gang dispute. Harm isn't the initial goal, but the perpetrator will use violence if someone gets in their way. This is the kind of aggression we see in calculated, premeditated acts like a hired killing. So let's be clear on our terms. Aggression is any behavior perpetrated with the intention of harming someone, either physically or psychologically. Violence, on the other hand, is a more extreme form of aggression. It's destructive physical aggression intentionally directed at harming other persons or things. So where does aggression come from? The ethological viewpoint, popularized by researchers like Konrad Lorenz, looks to our evolutionary past. Ethology is the study of animal behavior in their natural habitats. This perspective argues that aggression is an innate instinctual part of our nature, a strong residue from our evolutionary history that helped our ancestors survive. A classic psychological theory is the frustration-aggression hypothesis. The original idea was simple: frustration always leads to aggression, but it's been revised. The modern view, developed by Leonard Berkowitz, is more nuanced. It says that frustration doesn't automatically cause aggression, but it does produce anger, which in turn readies a person to act aggressively. This theory is often used to help explain frustration-induced riots. Building on that, we have the cognitive neo-association model. This theory says that any aversive event like frustration, physical pain, or psychological discomfort produces a negative feeling. That negative feeling then branches out into two initial responses: fight or flight. Our thoughts, memories, and cognitive appraisals then determine whether we will act aggressively or try to escape the situation. A more recent and comprehensive theory is the general aggression model, or GAM. This is a meta-theory that tries to organize all the different factors. GAM proposes that aggression depends on a complex interaction between how we perceive our social environment, what we expect the outcomes of our actions will be, and our beliefs about how people normally respond in certain situations. It integrates both personal and situational factors. Another modern meta-theory is the I-cube theory. It helps us organize risk factors into three categories. First are the instigating triggers, the immediate event that provokes you. Second are the impelling forces. These are the background factors that make you more likely to act aggressively, like your personality or past experiences. And third are the inhibiting forces. These are the factors that help you control your impulses, like self control or the fear of punishment. So let's quickly recap the two main forms. Reactive aggression is the hot blooded kind associated with temper tantrums and vengeful hostility. Proactive aggression is the cold blooded, instrumental kind associated with bullying, domination, and coercive acts to get what you want. Are there gender differences in aggression? The research suggests yes, largely due to cultural and socialization processes that emerge in the preschool years. Boys are more likely to engage in direct physical aggression, while girls are more likely to engage in relational or interpersonal forms of aggression, like social exclusion or gossip. This brings us to a controversial topic: media violence. While the research community is still divided on the long-term effects, the bulk of the research does suggest that watching violence on TV, in movies, and in video games can have a significant effect on the aggressive behavior expressed by young people. A related phenomenon is the copycat effect. This is the tendency for some people to model or copy a criminal activity that they see portrayed in the media. This is essentially social learning theory in action. Research indicates that offenders who copy crimes often do so early in their criminal careers, frequently as teenagers. So, to conclude, how we view aggression largely depends on our perspective of human nature. If you believe aggression is innate, there's little we can do, but if you believe, as most modern psychology does, that aggression is acquired, then the focus shifts to principles of human learning and thought. This view, which has far more empirical support, offers hope that through understanding our cognitive processes, we can change behavior. While biological factors are important contributors, the cognitive and learning perspective gives us a pathway to intervention. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.